crowning me the Dean of the Presidential Affairs Assembly. So I thank you very much for that honor. Members of the ECOWAS Authority of Head of State and Government, meeting in Lunge, Sierra Leone, 19 July 2026, express their profound gratitude to His Excellency Julius Malavio, Chair of the ECOWAS Authority of Head of State and Government, and President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, for their warm hospitality and for providing an enabling environment that ensure the smooth and successful conduct of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now call on the outgoing President to make this remark. Excellency, Dr. Julius Maravio, President and Head of State of Sierra Leone and Chair of ECOWAS, Authority of Heads of State and Government, Excellencies, Presidents and Heads of State of ECOWAS member states, Excellencies, Prime Ministers, Vice President, Ministers. It has been an honor to serve this organization as President of the Commission for the past 4 years. We took office at a very difficult moment, and the 4 years have been very difficult 4 years and very challenging in many ways. But Excellency, with your support and encouragement and your guidance, we have been able to keep the community together. I therefore wish to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for the confidence you have reposed in me and my team. More importantly, I would like to express my gratitude to His Excellency President Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia, the government and the people of the Gambia for proposing me to this high office. I equally thank each and every one of you for accepting my candidature and for supporting me throughout these 4 years. I cannot say much other than to express my gratitude to you all and hope that as an ordinary citizen of ECOWAS, I will continue to enjoy the citizenship of this great community and contribute in any measure that I can do for the benefit and welfare of our community. Once again, I thank Your Excellency, especially for the leadership you have demonstrated over the past 12 months. I have worked very closely with you, I've traveled with you, and I have seen your commitment to ECOWAS and to the region. We thank you on behalf of my team, on behalf of all the members of our team. Thank you indeed.
Thank you very much. It's time for me to say goodbye too. We're not going too far. Your Excellencies and colleagues, honorable ministers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring the 69th ordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government to a close, I want to thank each of you for your presence, your wisdom, and the spirit of collegiality that has guided our deliberations. We have spoken with candor, listened with respect, and confronted difficult issues and choices facing our community. Together, we have reaffirmed our commitment to peace and security, constitutional governance, regional integration, and a better future for us all in West Africa. But most importantly, we have adopted the Declaration of Commitment and Compact of the Future of Regional Integration. This compact is our collective commitment to renew ECOWAS for a new era through stronger institutions, a more competitive regional economy, greater resilience, and deeper accountability to the people that we serve. I hope history will remember this summit as the moment ECOWAS chose renewal. But that judgment will depend on how declarations we have adopted today lead to actions we take tomorrow. A warning that does not prevent a crisis remains incomplete. An agreement that does not expand trade, opportunity, and prosperity remains incomplete. A policy that does not improve the lives of our people remains incomplete. The true measure of our work will always be implementation. Foresight is an expression of sovereignty because it preserves our freedom to act before events narrow our choices. Through this compact, we have chosen preparation over delay, leadership over reaction, and purposeful action over drift. 51 years ago, our founding fathers understood that the nations of West Africa would always be stronger together. They envisioned borders that protected sovereignty without becoming barriers to peace, commerce, and solidarity. Our responsibility is to take that vision and match it with the realities of this century. None of us may still be here when ECOWAS marks the century in 2075. But the institutions we strengthen, the partnerships we build, the opportunities we create will endure beyond our generation. Future generations will judge whether we left them a region more peaceful, more prosperous, more united, and better prepared than the one we inherited. The summit concludes today. Responsibility begins tomorrow. Your Excellencies, dear colleagues, as Cyril concludes his tenure as chair of the authority, permit me to express my profound gratitude for the confidence, cooperation, and friendship you have extended throughout the past year. It has been a singular honor and privilege to serve our community. We accepted this responsibility with humility and worked closely with every member state and the ECOWAS institutions to advance our shared priorities in the spirit of solidarity, dialogue, and collective responsibility. While much remains to be done, I believe We leave behind a stronger foundation for the continued renewal of ECOWAS and a renewed determination to build a more peaceful, prosperous, and fully integrated West Africa. I warmly congratulate His Excellency President Bassirou Diomaye Faye on his election as chair of the Authority of Health State. Your Excellency, you assume this responsibility with the confidence of your peers and the full support of Sierra Leone. I wish you wisdom, strength, and every success as you lead our community through the next chapter of its journey. The chairmanship changes hands, but our shared responsibility to the people of West Africa endures. The work of strengthening our community continues, guided by the same vision of peace, solidarity, democratic governance, and shared prosperity that has brought us together. Sierra Leone leaves the chairmanship with gratitude for the trust you placed in us, confidence in the future of the community, and an unwavering commitment to stand alongside every member state in advancing the promise of ECOWAS for generations to come. Excellencies, as we adjourn, I extend my sincere appreciation to the President of the ECOWAS Commission, the Council of Ministers, the Commissioners, the Committee of Permanent Representatives, the Community Parliament, the Community Court of Justice, the Secretariat, and the dedicated staff of all our institutions for their outstanding service in preparing this summit. I say a big thank you to all of you. Before we conclude, please permit me to pay special tribute to the President of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Umar Ali Touré, whose tenure comes to an end after 4 years of distinguished service to our community. Dr. Touré has led the Commission through a period of profound regional and global challenges, bringing steadfast commitment, sound judgment, and unwavering dedication to the ideals of ECOWAS. Under his leadership, the Commission has continued to support the authority with professionalism, integrity, and an enduring commitment to regional cooperation and integration. On behalf of the Authority of Heads of State and Government, and on behalf of the people of West Africa, I extend our sincere gratitude for your distinguished service. Your leadership has strengthened our institutions, advanced the cause of regional integration, and helped guide our community through a defining period in our history. As we conclude this chapter of public service, we congratulate you on a mandate honorably fulfilled. We wish you good health, success, and God's abundant blessing in all your future endeavors. Your service to ECOWAS has earned the respect, gratitude, and appreciation of this authority. I also thank our development partners, interpreters, protocol officers, security personnel, and everyone whose professionalism ensured the success of this summit. On behalf of the government and people of Sierra Leone, thank you for your presence and for the confidence you have shown in our country. We hope you live through them with lasting memories of the warmth, resilience, and hospitality of our people. Our work now continues in every capital represented here, in every ECOWAS institution, and in every partnership capable of advancing our shared vision. Today's communique records our consensus. Tomorrow's implementation will define our legacy. Let us therefore live longer with renewed purpose and renewed resolve. Let us transform consensus into action, commitment into results, and regional integration into visible improvement in the lives of our citizens of ECOWAS. May history record that this summit marked the moment ECOWAS moved decisively from decision to delivery, from inspiration to implementation, and from vision to lasting transformation for the people of West Africa. With renewed confidence in our shared future, I now declare the 69th ordinary session of the Authority of Affairs of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States officially closed. I wish each and every one of you a safe journey home. May God bless our respective nations. May God bless the people of West Africa, and may God continue to guide and strengthen ECOWAS. But I have not handed over it to wait.
Mr. President, just before you come, I want to commend you again for your steady leadership in chairing the ECOWAS this year. But I want to put on record that perhaps a fitting climax for your chairmanship is the presence of President Nkrumah at this morning's plenary and his return from exile in Nigeria. I want to thank you for your spirit of magnanimity and reconciliation, and we believe that history will remember you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Excellency. It is now my honor to call on the incoming chairperson, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, to receive the emblem of the chairman of the authority. I'm sorry, of Senegal. That is how much I enjoy of Senegal to receive the emblem from the outgoing chair and to take his place. Thank you. Those apologies more to It is my honor to invite His Excellency, the Chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, to pronounce his acceptance speech. Thank you.
Monsieur le Président, en exercice sortant, chers collègues, Monsieur le Président de la Commission, Mesdames, Messieurs les ministres, Mesdames, Messieurs, Je tiens d'abord à renouveler mes remerciements au président Julius Madabio, président en exercice sortant de notre conférence, pour ses efforts constants en faveur de la stabilité, de la cohésion et de la consolidation de l'intégration sous-régionale. Je mesure l'honneur et la responsabilité qui s'attachent au mandat que vous venez de nous confier pour conduire les destinées de notre organisation commune. Je vous en remercie et vous assure de mon engagement à travailler de concert avec vous, avec tous les pays membres, pour perpétuer l'héritage des pères fondateurs. Nous avons célébré l'année dernière le 50e anniversaire de la création de la CEDEAO. Nous pouvons être fiers du chemin parcouru sur les traces lumineuses des pères fondateurs, dont la vision éclairée continue de guider notre marche commune et solidaire vers l'intégration sous-régionale. Nos acquis sont indéniables, tout comme nos défis aujourd'hui. Expansion du terrorisme, tensions inter-États ou intra-étatiques, recul démocratique avec la recrudescence des coups d'État, sans oublier l'ingérence politico-militaire étrangère. À cela s'ajoutent les défis sanitaires, climatiques et l'impact d'une situation internationale conflictuelle sur nos économies. Tout cela, ajouté à la fragmentation de notre communauté, fragilise davantage nos efforts de développement et nos acquis en matière d'intégration. C'est dire combien il urge de travailler pour les retrouvailles de toute la famille ouest-africaine, afin de consacrer toutes nos forces et nos ressources aux projets et initiatives communautaires qui nous rassemblent. Le chantier de raffermissement des liens de confiance entre les peuples et les dirigeants me semble être aussi une urgence. Cela passe notamment par le respect de l'ordre constitutionnel et républicain. Les réformes pour adopter la CEDEAO aux réalités de son temps et consolider notre marche collective vers nos objectifs communs. La révision du protocole additionnel sur la démocratie et la bonne gouvernance, dont l'adoption contribuera à la sauvegarde des idéaux démocratiques qui feront sa raison d'être. Il est tout aussi crucial de renforcer nos cadres préventifs des conflits en mettant l'accent sur la concertation et le dialogue. En outre, la CEDEAO que nous voulons forte et en progrès ne pourra se réaliser sans la mobilisation de ressources humaines de qualité, dévouées et compétentes. J'engage la Commission à travailler davantage dans ce sens pour plus d'efficacité et de résultats. Chers collègues, en acceptant avec responsabilité cette mission que vous venez de me confier, je garde à l'esprit le lourd héritage de 50 ans d'efforts, de solidarité et de construction patiente, portés par la vision et l'engagement de nos illustres anciens, qui ont cru envers et contre tout en l'idéal de l'intégration. Je m'engage avec vous à faire vivre cet héritage en l'adaptant aux défis de notre temps, à savoir la sécurité collective, la stabilité institutionnelle, la souveraineté politique et économique, et une voix de l'Afrique de l'Ouest plus audible et plus crédible. Vive la CEDEAO, vive une Afrique de l'Ouest réconciliée et unie. Je vous remercie de votre attention.
Thank you very much. The acceptance speech by the Chair of the Authority brings us to the end of this 69th Summit and also the end of the closing ceremony. It will be followed, the closing ceremony will be followed by a press conference in this very hall. Having said this, I respectfully invite Their Excellencies, members of the Authority, to please rise for the ECOWAS anthem. To be having a slight technical glitch. Unfortunately, I don't know how to sing this. With the permission of the chair, I believe we can proceed and ask the members of the authority to withdraw. I think we have a technical hitch. Thank you very much. The press conference is in this hall.
Now we've just come to the end of the summit. Next would be a press conference. That's the final item on the agenda. But the maximum term for the chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government is 1 year. While the chairmanship is traditionally within a 12-month period, member states can also choose to unanimously vote to extend the leadership term of the chair for a consecutive 1 year, as was seen with the former chairman, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria. But President Bio has congratulated the president of Senegal, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, as the newly elected chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. He has accepted the mantle of leadership and he has made his inaugural acceptance speech here. But also to note, Faye is Senegal's youngest democratically elected president. His government has recently undergone significant political changes, including the dismissal of Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko in May 2026 and the appointment of Amadou Al-Aminulu as the new Prime Minister. But also closing, President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, used few minutes to commend President Bio's leadership as chairman of ECOWAS. And he mentioned that the presence of former President of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, in today's opening session is a testament to President Bio's leadership during his tenure as chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. This is AYV Television and Radio. Continue to stay tuned to our channels as we would bring you more updates on the outcome of the sessions. And we're still here now. We are expecting a press conference. In few minutes, we're expecting to get a press conference here, which would be the closing. As you can see, members of the Fourth Estate are converging there for the press conference as we're expecting more announcements to be made. But Senegal is now the chair of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of States. Now we have Sierra Leone's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Alhaji Musa Timothy Kaba, with us. Foreign Affairs Minister, good evening again. We've had you quite a lot here on the channel. But let's talk about Sierra Leone has handed over now to Senegal as the new chair. Were we as a country seeking a possibility of re-election, as was seen with President Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria, where he had a second term through the election of the members, the heads of state?
So this is...
Sorry, I beg your pardon, our camera's right there. Okay.
Okay. Well, basically, President Bio has delivered on what he promised when he assumed the chair of the Authority of Heads of State and Government to deepen democracy and good governance, to revitalize ECOWAS's institutions, to intensify cooperation in security. We've seen the president transitioning Guinea into a constitutional order, averting coup d'etat in Benin, helping to bring Guinea-Bissau to constitutional order. That is leadership that has helped member states to democratize their countries. On the credibility of the institutions, we've seen this summit has presented the opportunity for three major declarations. Declaration on the Summit of the Future with a compact that has been in record time produced. Secondly, on declaration on gender equality and women's advancement in our community. And the third on the Nigeria, West Africa, Moroccan pipeline. This goes to show how President has worked with the Commission and his colleagues to deepen regional integration. At the time of President Tinubu, there was crisis, the issues of the Sahel were very prominent, and the community in its wisdom thought that the work that had been started by President Tinubu should be allowed. President Bio has steadied the ship, and the ship is worthy of having a new sailor, a new captain.
I'll still go back to where we as a country seeking the possibility of a second term, an extension for President Bio.
No country seeks it. The wisdom of the authority of heads of state and government so decides. And there was a unanimous agreement that the mantle of leadership, having been distinguishedly exercised by His Excellency the President, former chair of the authority, be passed on to President Faye of Senegal. Now that it's Senegal that enjoys the chairmanship of the ECOWAS authority and heads of state and government, what have we lost in terms of influence as a country, Sierra Leone? As a country, Sierra Leone, hold on. What have we lost in terms of influence in the regional bloc, and what do we still benefit from in terms of the agenda that President Bio had set? Sierra Leone, we remain Sierra Leone. It's a community organization. Without President Bio, the community continues. President Bio is part of the authority and will be helping the President of Senegal as a community in solidarity to advance our community's aspirations.
When President Bio was chairman of ECOWAS, yourself as foreign minister, our bank governor, and other ministers sat at leadership positions within the bloc. Do you still hold those leadership positions?
It goes with the chair of the authority.
So again, you say we've not lost anything?
We haven't lost anything. We were never elected to become chair of the council.
They came as benefits because our president was chairman.
There were people before we became, and after us there will be people. Thank you.
What influence would we still now have in the ECOWAS bloc with the agenda that President Bio had been setting?
We remain a very active member of ECOWAS. We do not necessarily need to be in the authority's chair. 50 years on, this is the first time we've had the privilege. Sierra Leone has always remained a very, very steadfast and committed contributor to ECOWAS's works.
Thank you very much for your time with us this evening. Now that was the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation for Sierra Leone, Alhaji Musa Timothy Kaba. He says that Sierra Leone hasn't lost anything now that the chairmanship of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government has gone to Senegal. But also in his statement, he also clarified that the leadership positions they enjoyed as government officials in Sierra Leone came as part of the package of President Bio being chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. It's time for the press conference, and members of the Fourth Estate are now converged to hear the announcements.
The ECOWAS Council of Ministers and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Senegalese abroad, His Excellency Dr. Omar Aliou Touré, President of the ECOWAS Commission, Her Excellency Madam Vice President, Honorable Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen, Director and staff of ECOWAS, ladies and gentlemen, national, regional, and international members of media. We are now at the press conference following the 69th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Summit of Head of States and Government. To begin this press conference, I would like to respectfully invite His Excellency, the new chair of the Council of Ministers, for his remark. Thank you.
Allô, voilà. Je vais m'exprimer en français. Comme vous l'avez tous suivi, la 69e session ordinaire de l'Assemblée des chefs d'État et de gouvernement de la CEDEAO vient de prendre des décisions importantes à l'issue de ces travaux. Il y a des décisions qui ont été prises qui concernent en particulier le Sénégal. Mais je voudrais, avant de commenter sur cela, commencer par remercier et féliciter le gouvernement sierra-léonais pour la parfaite organisation de nos travaux, des réunions des ministres et du sommet des chefs d'État, féliciter le gouvernement sénégalais pour les belles réalisations, les infrastructures qui sont d'une très grande qualité et qui nous ont d'ailleurs permis de travailler dans d'excellentes conditions. Et je voudrais aussi, au nom du président Bassirou Diomaye Diakhar Faye, remercier le président Madabio pour non seulement les marques d'attention qui ont été accordées à notre délégation et à nous-mêmes en particulier, le remercier pour l'excellent bilan qu'il a eu pendant l'exercice de son mandat. Comme le reflétaient les travaux qui ont eu lieu, beaucoup de réalisations ont été faites sous son mandat. C'est des réalisations de diverses natures, qui touchent sur l'économie, qui touchent sur la politique, qui touchent sur la monnaie. Je pense que si on se met à univers, on prendra beaucoup de temps. Donc, le président de la République du Sénégal félicite très chaleureusement le président Madabio pour ce travail. Et je pense qu'il lui laisse une plateforme qui lui permettra de continuer ce travail et de poser de nouveaux jalons dans l'intérêt du peuple de la société. Je voudrais, à la suite de cela, féliciter mon collègue, le ministre des Affaires étrangères, M. Serralon, qui a été un excellent président du Conseil des ministres, un excellent président du Conseil de médiation et de sécurité. Et je voudrais saluer ici, parce que j'ai eu à travailler avec lui pendant de longs mois, son esprit d'équipe, l'engagement qui le caractérise, son sens diplomatique et surtout les orientations qu'il a pu impulser et donner à nos deux conseils pour réaliser le travail que nous avons fait. Je voudrais le féliciter très très sincèrement et de façon très amicale. Je voudrais aussi saluer l'homme qui est assis à côté de moi, le docteur Touré, qui a été un président de commission d'un calibre exceptionnel. Il a eu à tenir la barre à un moment où notre région a été confrontée à beaucoup de défis. C'est des défis d'abord qui sont des défis liés à la situation sécuritaire, mais aussi c'est des défis liés à l'organisation. Parce que pendant quelques années, nous avons eu le revenu de l'AS. On a traversé des périodes qui frisaient un peu l'implosion, mais il a su tenir la barre et il a su une modernisation qu'il fallait pour permettre l'organisation, en tout cas l'administration, de tenir son rôle. Je voudrais le féliciter pour son esprit d'équipe lui aussi, le remercier pour son engagement, le remercier pour en tout cas tout ce qu'il a fait d'extrêmement judicieux et qui a permis notre organisation de sortir de la tête de l'eau à un moment où il était menacé. Et avec lui, je voudrais aussi remercier toute son équipe, la vice-présidente, les commissaires, les directeurs et tout le staff de la CDA. Donc c'est avec un pincement au cœur que je vais devoir le quitter, mais je suis persuadé que nous allons continuer à travailler avec lui. Et je suis persuadé aussi que le président de la commission qui vient d'être nommé saura garder ses relations avec lui pour tirer le maximum de son expérience et de sa sagesse. Je voudrais enfin donc dire en premier que nous avons été honorés, le président Diomaye a été honoré d'avoir été choisi par ses pairs pour diriger l'organisation en qualité de président de l'exercice. Le président de la République sénégale exprime toute sa gratitude à ses collègues pour la confiance qui lui a été accordée et se tient prêt à travailler avec eux dans l'esprit d'équipe pour donner tout ce que le Sénégal compte d'expérience et d'expertise diplomatique, en tout cas pour apporter notre contribution à l'élévation des peuples de la sous-région, à la perfection de notre organisation. Et je puis aussi vous assurer que dès aujourd'hui, nous allons nous mettre au travail et nous allons travailler, comme je l'ai dit, dans la collégialité. Voilà, je vous remercie.
Merci. Merci beaucoup, Excellence, Monsieur le Ministre. Je rappelle que vous êtes le nouveau président du Conseil des ministres de la CEDEAO. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now respectfully invite the President of the Commission to present the key resolutions adopted at the 69th Economic Summit of Head of State.
Thank you, Director. Good evening to all of you. I believe you've all followed the proceedings of the day. The summit, which was in two segments. You followed the summit of the future, which culminated in the adoption and the signature of the declaration on the compact relating to the future of West Africa. The compact is a public document that all of you should make time to go through, and it essentially offers us a new framework for the way forward towards our main objective, and that is Vision 2050. It is not a new vision, it is just a new implementation tool of our Vision 2050. The Summit of the Future was followed by the ordinary session of Council, ordinary session of the Authority, and I want to highlight just a few elements of the conclusions. On the political front, the leaders have looked at a number of issues in the region as well as in individual member countries, and they have made key recommendations, and when the communique comes out, you will see the details. But it is important to say that the authority really expressed concern over the attacks on foreign nationals that are taking place in South Africa. The authority condemns those attacks and undertakes to work with South African government and our brothers and sisters in South Africa to ensure that such attacks do not occur any further and in the future. The authority recalled the contribution of all African countries to the fight against apartheid. The contribution was not limited to salaried employees, it was even students who took part in the contribution. So to see such attacks against fellow Africans is really regrettable, and the authority has resolved to work very closely with the government of South Africa, because it is clear that South Africa wants to engage other governments within the continent for greater understanding and for a collective action to ensure that these attacks against our own brothers and sisters cease and they don't happen. On the political front again, the authority took note of the report on the transition in Guinea-Bissau, and the authority has endorsed the proposal of the ministers to appoint Senegal as the facilitator of the region for Guinea-Bissau. The details will be provided in the written communique. On institutional matters, the authority has, as you know, the term of office of President Bio just came to an end, and the President of Senegal has been designated or elected as the President of the Chair of Authority of ECOWAS. At the same time, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Senegal will be the chair of the Council of Ministers. The authority also accepted the proposal of Senegal to appoint General Biram Diop as the new president of the Commission to replace me as my term of office ends in August. So General Biram Diop of Senegal is the new president, will be the new president of the Commission from the 1st of September. In addition to that, the authority also approved the appointment of 5 judges to the ECOWAS Court of Justice. These judges are Honorable Awaba, a female judge from the Gambia, Honorable Shafli Brumskin, a female judge from Liberia, Honorable Desiree Henry Aihu, a male judge from Benin, Honorable Henrietta Uzomaka Didugu, a female judge from Nigeria, Honorable Dr. Yahuza Worosama, a male judge from Togo. At the same time, the authority approved the appointment of the following statutory officials. For the position of Commissioner of Peace and Security, Mrs. Frances Paigi Agari, female from the Republic of Sierra Leone. For the portfolio of Economic Affairs and Agriculture, Mr. Depe Yenpezo, a male from Liberia. For Internal Services, Honorable Dr. Khalil Sila, a male from Cote d'Ivoire. For Infrastructure, Energy and Digitalization, Mr. Amidou Suleiman, a male from Ghana. Honorable Human Development and Social Affairs Portfolio, authority approved the appointment of Professor Nasiru Bako Arifali, male from Benin. The authority further approved the appointment of Dr. Palokin Nam Piche, male from Togo, as Director General, the West African Health Organization. Mr. Mam Chorno Jallo, male from the Gambia, as Director General, Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering, GIABA. And Madam Carla Maria Borges Bentcourt, female from Cabo Verde, as the Auditor General. The only statutory appointment still pending is the Vice President of the Commission, which is assigned to Nigeria. The authority has given Nigeria, has accepted Nigeria's request to be given 2 weeks for consultation. So on the institutional front, this is what I can say, as well as on the political front. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. We now at the session of question and answer.
Quickly, because
quickly, yeah, we'll just take 5 questions. So let's start by the first question. Quickly. Is there any question? 1 time. Is there any question? 2 times? 3 times. Thank you.
Thank you. So, what are we doing now? Going to the airport?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, and this brings us to the successful end and close of the 69th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government Summit, hosted in Sierra Leone. The previous days, the sessions were in Freetown. Yesterday and today, final day, the sessions were hosted in Lungi in Sierra Leone. This is the end of the 69th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government Summit. Stay tuned to AYV Radio and Television, as in our subsequent programs we would bring panelists to talk about the ECOWAS Media Summit hosted in Sierra Leone. The good, the bad, the ugly, the pros, the cons, and the statements made by the different speakers during the summits, the resolutions and the outcome. What this means for ECOWAS as a bloc. I am Phoebian Swale, and together with my colleague Victor Jones, we've been here running the live commentaries yesterday and today. The team is still in Lungi to get more interviews and more stories. We would bring you more on AYV television and radio. Thank you to our lovely audience for staying glued to AYV for the updates. Thanks to all the people we've had an opportunity to interview during the sessions. Take care. Good night.
Join us for a unique event, an event which inspires guides and rejuvenates the soul. The annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in the United Kingdom, taking place on the 24th, 25th and 26th of July 2026.